Hello everyone and welcome to another week of maths learning. Now last week you had a very busy week at home and we were very lucky to have lots of wonderful photos and messages sent in of all the lovely gingerbread activities you were doing. So we hope you enjoyed that, we certainly did here. So let's have a look at our superstars and see what they've been doing. Here we have Thea, who did some gingerbread addition at home. Well done Thea. Charlie Keeling did some addition too. Ewan did some addition and worked out some doubles. James has been counting out objects and adding them up together. Beck has been working on finding different ways to make the number 13, which was last week's number. Willow did some addition and practiced her number formation. Penny did some gingerbread addition and worked at finding doubles. And River also was working on finding some doubles at home too. So well done, all these children who've done some super addition work at home, that's brilliant. We've also had Emma and Amelia Cuff, who've been working on identifying numbers up to 20. That's one of our targets in reception, isn't it? And it can be a little bit tricky to start with, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. So well done, girls. We've had Samuel, who's been working on identifying numbers and counting out objects to match those numbers. Lily, winning, set up a shop and she counted out money to pay for the objects in her shop. It's a great idea, Lily, brilliant. Millie J and Poppy Jowett have been working on telling the time as well. So well done everybody for a fantastic week's learning, and I'm sure there are many more of you who've been doing lovely things at home too. So don't forget to send us in your pictures and then we can put your name on a star on the board as well. So give yourselves a thumbs up, wiggle wiggle wow for the excellent work you've done this week. We're all very proud of you. Let's do it together after 3. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Wiggle, wiggle, wow! A brilliant week's learning and I know we're going to have a great week this week too. So are you ready to get started? Let's go! Can you guess what our story is this week, boys and girls? I've got some clues for you here. My first clue is this stalky plant growing up the side of my blackboard. Another clue is this tin of beans. Sat over here, my third clue is my son, Jack. And Jack, you've got something in your hand. What's that?
A magic wand.
So our story is a little bit magical. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's Jack and the Beanstalk Week. One of our favourite stories, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very excited for it. So these stories are getting more and more magical. So our maths is going to get a little bit magical today too. But first of all, we need to start with our new number of the week, don't we? Can you remember what last week's number was?
13.
13. Can you find 13 on the board for us?
No.
That's it. There it is. Lovely. So we're going to jump one more step further on. We're going to add one more. So our new number this week is number
14.
Number 14. Do you want to draw a circle around that one? Lovely. So we can see 14 is in between 15 and last week's number 13. So one less than 14 is one jump back to 13, and one more than 14 is one jump up our number line to number 15. Now, the reason why we talk about one more and one less a lot in reception is because that's one of our targets. That's something that we work on in reception, isn't it? So it's quite good. If you can practice having a go at that at home, you can use your fingers to work out one more and one less. Or if you're very clever, you can perhaps just do it in your head. Anyway, our number of this week is number 14. So should we write that down on the board? Do you like to do it? Nice and big over here, that's it. Oh, that's a very big number 14. Has he done a good job of it? Are his numbers the right way around? Well done, Jack. Brilliant. Super. So just by looking at the number 14, we can see a way that we can make 14, because we know that that 1 actually means 110 and that 4 means 4 ones, exactly. So one way we can make 14 is using 1 lot of 10 and 4 ones. So can you get our Numicon and put them up on the board for me? Whoops, you manage. That's it. Well done. Now, I did promise that this week we were going to do some magical maths, didn't I, Jack? Where's your magic wand gone? Did you drop it? Oh, I hope the magic hasn't fallen out. Let's get it. So let's have a go at some magical maths, because I think there is more than just one way to make 14. Do you think there is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's just check that we've got 14 here, because that's very important, isn't it? Just double check. Let's count in twos. We're good at that.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Lovely. So we definitely have 14 there. So we're looking for a different way to make it now. Okay. How's your magic wand? It's not broken, is it?
It might be a little chip.
Oh. Well, let's give it a go. Let's give it a try. So we need some magic words, don't we, for spells to work. What magic words can you think of? Can you think of some at home?
Alakazam, alakazoo.
Alakazam, alakazoo. Should we try that one? Yeah. Right, so after 3, we'll say alakazam, alakazoo together and see if we can magic up another way to make 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Alakazam, alakazoo. Oh, that's not quite right, Jack. That definitely isn't 14. How do you magic up a rabbit? Beginner's luck. Maybe. Should we try again? Should we think of some new magic words maybe? That didn't quite work as we wanted it to, did it? No. How about a good old abracadabra? You ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra! Oh no, I don't think that's quite worked either, has it? Does that look like 14 to you?
Not so much.
Not quite. How can you tell?
It's not.
It's not the same height, is it, as our
No.
14 there? Well, should we see how many we've got there? See how many we're off. Counting twos?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
10. We've only got 10. I wonder, do you know how many more we would need to make 14? What do you think? How many more are we missing? We need 4 more on the top of there to make our 14. Oh, this magic one seems a little bit broken to me. Does it you? Should we have one last try? Okay, come on. Fingers crossed, everybody. Right, we'll say the magic words after 3, and this time we're going to make 14 magic wand. Are you listening? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra! Oh, I daren't look. Have we made 14, Jack? Has it worked?
More or less.
More or less? You know what? I think it has. Should we double check? Let's count in twos together. Will you help us? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Hooray! We did do it. Wonderful. Now, what numbers did we use to make 14 there? What numbers did we use? Let's see. We used 2 lots of the same number. Should we see which number it is? We've got 2, 4, 6, and 1 more. So we have found out that 7 adds 7, or we could say double 7 makes 14. And also here we've got our 10, and 4 more makes 14. I wonder if you can do some magic at home and find different ways to make 14. Let me know how many different ways you find. Are you ready to do a bit more magical beanstalk work, do you think, Jack?
Yay!
Our magic has been working so well. I wonder if we could magic up a real beanstalk. What do you think? I've got my tin of beans here. It might just work. I know. Why don't we give it a tap with a magic wand? In fact, we'll give it 14 taps with a magic wand and see if something magical can happen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Nothing's happened yet.
It doesn't look like it's growing.
No, nothing's growing. Wonder what we're doing wrong. Oh, I know. In the Jack and the Beanstalk story, that beanstalk grew overnight, didn't it? And of course, lots and lots of magical things happen overnight, don't they?
Yep.
The Tooth Fairy comes and Santa comes. So of course, we must have to leave it overnight. That's just what we're going to do, boys and girls. Let's leave it there, Jack, and come back to it in the morning. All right. Fingers crossed, everybody. Good night. Overnight, something magical did begin to happen. And when the children woke in the morning, they couldn't believe their eyes. Well, we couldn't believe it this morning when we came down and found our beanstalk, could we, Cece? No, our magic really worked. So I'm going to set you a challenge at home. Can you build yourself a beanstalk? Can you build one that's smaller than you? Can you build one that's taller than you? What do you think? Have a go. I'm going to show you some maths activities now that we can do with our Jack and the Beanstalk theme. So here's our first activity. Here I've painted a big, tall, windy beanstalk. But I think it needs some leaves to help Jack climb all the way to the top. Do you, Cece? Should we put some leaves on it then? I've cut out 14 leaves because that's our number of the week. Should we check we've got 14 here? Should we count them out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14. So we've got 14 leaves to go in our beanstalk. So we're going to put some leaves on this side and the rest of them on the other side and create some sums. So would you like to start doing that for me, Cece?
Okay.
Shall I put some on this side and you put some on the other side? So at home, maybe you'd like to draw a beanstalk and give it some leaves. Give it 14 leaves. Oh, 14 is a big number. We've got lots of leaves. I think there's one more there for you.
I think I'm going to put that one there.
That's it, press down hard. Okay, so let's see. How many leaves do we have on this side? Let's count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so we've got 5 on that side. Do you want to write 5 up there for me? 5 right at the top of the beanstalk. 5. Add, how many are on my side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 add 9. And what number does that make?
I think that makes 14.
It makes 14. So you could have a go at moving some leaves from side to side and see how many different ways you can find to make 14. See, now we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3. And how many on the other side? Do you want to count them up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So 3 add 11
Equals 14.
also make 14. Here's another activity for you. We know that when Jack got to the top of the beanstalk, he stole the hen that laid the golden eggs. So why not do some golden egg mathematics? So here I've got a sponge which I've cut into the shape of an egg, a nice oval shape. And we're going to do some printing with it. I've got my gold paint and we're going to do some math sums with it. So here we've got, how many eggs have we got here, Cece?
1, 2,
2 eggs, and we're going to add how many more?
1, 2, 3.
So 2 add 3. Should we count them all up and see what that makes?
Yes.
Okay, go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. So can you print me 5 golden eggs after after our equal sign. Would you do that for me?
Of course.
Come on then. That's it. So if you enjoy getting messy, then this is the activity for you. That's okay. Carry on. How many have you done so far?
2.
3. 4.
4.
How many more do we need? Just one more?
Yes. 5.
5. Have we done it right? Let's
Yes.
check. So we've got 2. Add 3. Makes 5. Well done. Oh, why not challenge yourself to do some takeaways? So we're going to start with the big number here. How many do we have here? Should we count them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. We've got 6 there. And how many are we going to take away from 6?
1, 2, 3.
3. Okay. Do you remember last week when we were doing our takeaways, we decided that it's a good idea to cross them out if we're taking them away. So we need to take 3 away from 6. So should we put a cross through 3 of them here? So take 3 away, and we can see how many are left. Put a big line through it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how many eggs do we have left? Let's count up the ones which haven't got a cross through them.
1, 2, 3.
We've got 3 eggs left, so go on. There you go. I'll hand the sponge over to you. Can we have 3 eggs over here? Count them as you do them.
1, 2,
One more.
3.
3. Lovely. Thank you very much. Speaking of chickens, Cece's got an interesting chicken fact for you.
Did you know mama chickens lay over 300 eggs a year?
Well, I did not know that. 300. Wow, that's an enormous number. Do you think we could do some addition up to 300?
No.
No, I don't think we have enough paper or paint to paint 300 eggs, do you?
No.
But if you have found these addition sums very easy, you could use some bigger numbers, challenge yourself a little. Also, you could practice working the addition out in a different way. So when we worked it out, we counted all of the eggs to find our total. But a quicker way to work out an addition sum is if you put this number in your head, put one number in your head and then count on from there. So we will put 2 in our head, 1, 2, and we would count 3 more on. So 2's there, and we're going to add 3. So we will go 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's another thing you can work on at home. It's finally stopped raining and the sun has come out, so we're going to go outside and burn off some energy. Now, it's Jack and the Beanstalk week, so all our activities are, of course, bean related. So what I thought I'd do, or have a go at, is making my own bean bag. So you'll need a spare sock. Now, I have lots of these because for some reason I always come out with odd socks in the wash. I don't know quite what I do. So you'll need a sock and you'll need some beans. If you don't have a sock or beans, what you could use is pasta or rice to fill it, or you could use a plastic bag even and tie a knot in it. So I grabbed a couple of handfuls of dried beans. Now I estimate that I have got 30 here. Do you remember that word, estimate? So estimate means having kind of a sensible guess at a number of objects. So my estimate is 30. Should we count them and check how close I am? Okay, well, I'm going to count in 2 to speed it up a little bit. Will you help me? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, and one more is 37. So my estimate wasn't too far off, was it? Anyway, so you'll need about 30 beans or a good couple of handfuls of rice, and you're going to fill your sock up to make your bean bag. So when you've made your bean bag, it should look something a little like this. It's quite easy to catch. Have a go. It's quite heavy too because it's full of all those beans or pasta or rice, and also makes a nice rattling noise as well. So I'm ready for a game of hopscotch now. Are you? Let's go. So just behind me you can see how I've marked out lots of squares for us to jump in, and I've also written the numbers down in them. So that's something you could do at home. It's really good practice for your number formation. Throw your beanbag. Goodness me! What number did that land on? That was a huge throw. Right, you just go and hopscotch and collect it. That's it. Turn around and come back. Well done, brilliant. My turn. We hope you've enjoyed seeing some of the maths activities that we've been doing at home, and I know you'll have lots of fantastic ideas for other activities you can be doing too. So please send in your pictures to your teachers. They love to see how you're getting on. Don't forget we can work on addition, subtraction, counting out objects, identifying numbers, identifying one more and one less. We've learned so many things so far in reception, and you're all doing a great job. I know next week I'm going to have even more stars to put on my board, which will be great. So enjoy your learning this week, and I'll see you next week for a new number.